Hello to one and all. I'm Hemapriya, studying BSc Hons Agriculture at AC Indirect curriculum. Today, my topic is designing global market offerings. Kotler on marketing. Your company does not belong in markets where it cannot be the best. Topic, we will look at some of the factors that companies should review or look at before deciding to go abroad. Besides looking at various and different factors to go abroad, companies need to evaluate and select specific foreign markets and how to enter these markets. There are questions that should be asked, such as what are the major ways of entering a foreign market, and to what extent must the company adapt its products and marketing program to each foreign country? Questions should be asked as to how should the company manage and organize its international activities. With faster communication, transportation, and financial flows, the world is rapidly shrinking. Products developed in one country are finding enthusiastic acceptance in others. Since 1969, the number of multinational corporations in the world's 14 richest countries has more than tripled from 7,000 to 24,000. In fact, these companies today control one third of all private sector assets and enjoy worldwide sales of 6 trillion. Competing on a global basis. In this age of globalization, some businesses may want to eliminate competition through protective legislation. However, the better way to compete is to continuously improve products at home and expand into foreign markets. Ironically, all the companies need to enter and compete in foreign markets, the risks are high. Huge foreign indebtedness, shifting borders, unstable governments, foreign exchange problems, tariffs, and other trade barriers. Corruption and technological parity are the risks faced by the companies. Competing on a global basis, the global industry is an industry in which the strategic positions of competitors in major geographic or national markets are fundamentally affected by their overall global position. Whereas in global firm, it is a firm that operates in more than one country and captures research and development, production, logistics, marketing, and financial advantages in its cost and reputation that are not available to purely domestic competitors. Global firms plan, operate, and coordinate their activities on a worldwide basis. Let us look at an international example. Ford's World Truck has a European made cab and a North American built chassis and is finally assembled in Brazil and is imported into the US for sale. A company need not be large to sell globally. Small and medium sized firms can practice global nichemanship. Decisions in international marketing. Do we really need to go abroad? If the decision is yes, then which market do we enter? How do we enter the market? What would be our marketing program? What type of organizational structure do we use? Most companies would prefer to remain domestic if their domestic market is large enough. Managers would not need to learn new languages and laws, deal with volatile currencies, or face political and legal uncertainty, or redesigning their products to suit different customer needs and expectations. Deciding whether to go abroad. Several factors drawing companies internationally are global firms offering better products or lower prices can attack the company's domestic market. The company might want to counterattack these competitors in their home market. Companies discovering that some foreign markets present higher profit opportunities than the domestic market. The company needs large customer base to achieve economics of scale. The companies want to reduce its dependencies on any one market. The company customers are going abroad and require international servicing. The several risks faced by the companies are: company might not understand foreign customer preferences and fail to offer a competitively attractive product. The company might not understand the foreign country's business culture or know how to deal effectively with foreign nationals. The company might underestimate foreign regulations and incur unexpected costs. The company might realize that it lacks managers with international exposure and experiences. The foreign country might change its commercial laws, devalue its currency, or undergo a political revolution and expropriate foreign property. Deciding which markets to enter. In deciding to go abroad, companies need to define its marketing objectives and policies. What proportion of foreign to total sales will it seek? How many markets to enter? Company must decide whether to market in a few countries or in many countries and determine how fast to expand. Example, digital entry into the Caribbean and Pacific region. Companies must also decide on the types of country to consider. Attractiveness is influenced by the product, geography, income and population, political climate, and other factors. The unmet needs of the developing world represent huge potential market for food, clothing, shelter, consumer electronics, appliances, and other goods. Many market leaders are now rushing into Eastern Europe, China, Vietnam, and Cuba, where there are many unmet needs to satisfy. In case of how many markets to enter, Ayala and Ziv have argued that a company should enter fewer countries when market entry and market control costs are high, product and communication adaptations costs are high, population and income size and growth are high in initial countries chosen. Dominant foreign firms can establish high barriers to entry. Here, the regional free trade zones, regional economic integration, trading agreements between blocks of countries has intensified in recent years. This development means that the companies are more likely to enter entire regions overseas than do business with one nation at a time. The European Union, group of nations organized to work toward common goals in regulation of international trade, NAFTA, North America Free Trade Agreement, and APEC, Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. When evaluating the potential markets, how does the company choose which potential market to enter? Many companies prefer to sell to neighboring countries because they understand these countries better. Example, the largest US market in Canada and Mexico. US neighbors, Australia's market would be Papua New Guinea and other Asian countries. Deciding how to enter the market. And five modes of entry into foreign markets are indirect and direct export, licensing, joint ventures, direct investment, internationalization process. Indirect and direct export. The normal way to get involved in a foreign market is through export. Occasional exporting is the passive level of involvement in which the company exports from time to time, either on its own initiative or in response to unsolicited orders from abroad. Active exporting takes place when the company makes a commitment to expand into a particular market, whereas indirect exporting, the companies start with indirect exporting by working through intermediaries. Whether companies decide to export indirectly or directly, many companies use exporting as a way to test the waters before building a plant or manufacturing a product overseas. The Internet has also become an effective means of everything from gaining free exporting information and guidelines, conducting market research, and offering customers several time zones away a secure process for ordering and paying for products. The companies can carry indirect exporting in several ways: domestic based export department or division, overseas sales branch or subsidiary, traveling export sales representatives, foreign based distributors or agents. Licensing. Licensing is a simple way to become involved in international marketing. The licensor licenses a foreign company to use a manufacturing process, trademark, patent, trade secret, or other item of value for fee or royalty. Licensing has potential disadvantages, and as the licensor has less control over the licensee than it does over its own production and sales facility. Company can also enter a country through franchising, which is more complete form of licensing. The franchisor offers a complete brand concept and operating system. A good example of a franchise is McDonald's, KFC, and Avis Rent a Car are companies with operation in many countries by franchising the retail concepts. Joint ventures. Foreign investors may join with local investors to create a joint venture company in which they share ownership and control. A joint venture may be necessary or desirable for economic or political reasons. The foreign firm might lack the financial, physical, or managerial resources to undertake the venture alone, or the foreign government might require joint ownership as a condition for entry. Whereas in direct investment, the ultimate form of foreign involvement is direct ownership of the foreign-based assembly or manufacturing facilities. The foreign company can buy part or full interest in local company or build its own facilities. The internationalization process. Countries encouraging their companies to participate in foreign markets to bring in foreign exchange for needed imports. Many countries encourage their domestic companies to grow domestically and expand globally. Johansson and Wilson Paul identified four stages in the internationalization process: no regular export activities, export via independent representatives such as agents, establishment of one or more sales subsidiaries, establishment of production facilities abroad. Deciding on a market program. The international companies must decide how much to adapt their marketing strategy to local conditions. At one extreme are companies that use a globally standardized marketing mix worldwide. At the other extreme is an adapted marketing mix where the producer adjusts the marketing mix elements to each target market. Between the two extremes, many possibilities exist. Most brands are adapted to some extent. Example, Toyota. Alternatively, companies can choose to mix and match in product, promotion, price, and place. Product level, straight extension means introducing a product in the foreign market without any change. Straight extension has been successful with electronic products, cameras, and many machine tools. Adaptation involves altering the product to meet local conditions or preferences. There are several levels of adaptation. Companies can produce a regional version of a product or other versions, whereas in product inventions consists of creating something new. It can take two forms. Backward invention is reintroducing earlier products forms that are built into foreign markets, whereas forward invention is creating a new product to meet a need in another country. At promotion, companies can run the same advertising and promotion campaigns used in the home market or change them for each local market, a process called communication adaptation. If it adapts both the product and the communication, the company engages in dual adaptation. Messages and colors can be changed to avoid taboos in some countries. Examples: purple is associated with death in Burma, whereas white is a mourning color in India, and green is associated with diseases in Malaysia. The five international products and promotion strategies. Price. Multinational companies face several pricing problems when selling abroad. They must deal with price escalation, transfer prices, dumping charges, and grey markets. Because the cost escalation varies from country to country, the question is how to set prices in different countries. Companies have three choices: set a uniform price everywhere, poor and rich countries; set a market based price in each country, affordability; set a cost based price in each country. Place. Distribution channels. Multinational companies should pay close attention to how the product moves within the foreign country. From when the product leaves their port to another country, the company must ensure the distribution channel effectively delivers the product to the final outlet and onto consumers. The seller's international marketing headquarters, the channels between the nations, the channels within the foreign nations, and finally reaching the final buyers. Deciding on the market organization. Export department. A firm normally gets into international marketing by shipping out its goods. With international sales expanding, companies organize export departments to include various marketing services to be able to carry out its business more aggressively. International division. Many companies become involved in several international markets and ventures. Sooner or later, they create international division to handle all their international activities. Global organization. Several firms have truly become global organizations. They top corporate management and staff plan worldwide manufacturing facilities, marketing policies, financial flows, and logistics systems. The global operating units reports directly to the chief executive or the executive committees. Executives are trained in worldwide operations. The global firms distinguished three organizational strategies. A global strategy treats the world as a single market. A multinational strategy treats the world as a portfolio of national opportunities. A local strategy standardizes certain core elements and localizes other elements.